circle rates in Delhi as compared to other metropolitan cities, and the RERA Act initiated by Ravindra Kumar Gupta, RKG, as a regulatory body for the real estate sector. What is circle rate? A circle rate is a minimum value below which you cannot purchase or sell a real estate property. This rate determines the property's market value by the state government. Why and when it was introduced? Circle rate in Delhi started in the year 2007. Circle rate helps the state government to curb the black money, set the rates for various localities in the city to check price speculations, which resulted in increased manifold of stamp duty for the state government. Are these measures sufficient? The efforts of state governments at the crisis time to boost the real estate sector was a welcome step. But the reduction in stamp duty is temporary solution to this bottleneck. We are missing the elephant in the room. The permanent solution is to restructure the circle rates according to market rates as of now. Also rationalize changes in stamp duty percentage for different categories in such a manner that rich is taxed higher and poor is taxed lower. Ravindra Kumar Gupta's response to Delhi government's article in 2016 regarding high circle rate in Delhi. Now talk of increasing of circle rate by 30% in Delhi is ridiculous. All such measures are elaborated in this study with regard to Delhi, capital of India. Real estate sector in dire straits. Since 2014, when the circle rates were increased up to 3 times, the real estate sector in Delhi is languishing and going down. The situation in A-grade area is worst where circle rates are 30-70% higher than the market rates, making the transaction impossible. We, at present, are hidden in plain sight. And now when real estate is coming out of the shackles after the pandemic, the talk of increase in real estate sector will hamper the complete real estate sector, which includes allied sectors such as cement, steel, other construction materials, contractors, architects, engineers, and not to forget the labor class. Measures to revive the real estate sector in Delhi. This study is concise, honest and thorough effort by the researcher to lift the battered real estate sector in Delhi. This research discussed the problems at length, the reasons thereof, and in the end the permanent solution to the problem of the sector, which contributes almost 18% to the nation's GDP. It is high time now to look at Delhi's circle rate with rational approach and take immediate steps as mentioned in the presentation to boost the real estate sector in Delhi, else it will be too late for damage control. Reason why high circle rate is a big dampener for the society and needs rationalization immediately. At present in almost all parts of A category colonies in Delhi, the circle rate is higher than the prevailing market rate. Due to the above fact, buying and selling activity is very negligible in this category, resulting in financial crisis for builders, developers, financiers. The other reason for downward trend is that as per Income Tax Act, the consideration will be treated as per the circle rate even if the deal is below that level, which is causing huge tax burden on seller as well as buyer. Also, this results in increase in unemployment as builders, developers shunting employees for cost cutting or not able to pay the salaries on time. Construction activities are also reduced to very minimal in this category of colonies as buying selling of properties is not happening at all, which results in unemployment of persons engaged in construction activities like civil contractors, supervisors, masons, plumbers, electricians, laborers, architects, engineers, and other related workmen. Banking sector is also suffering from such quandary as developers, financiers are not able to pay interest and principal on loans taken for properties, and thus NPA of banks are increasing to very alarming and dangerous level, which can create panic in Indian economy. Sectors not related to real estate market is also feeling the heat as the money in circulation of Aam Aadmi is struck directly or indirectly due to the unrealistic and impractical approach of the government in setting up high circle rate for A category colonies in Delhi. In many cases, very old persons having property in a colony want to sell their property and want to shift to less value house to use interest on excess amount for their bread and butter, as they have no other income, but in the present circumstances they are not able to sell. A comparative chart shown below reveals the rapid increase in circle rates valuation by the government with the aim of higher revenue and curbing black money, but the real fact is that the collection of revenue is far less than the yearly projections. Circle rate valuation from 2007 to 2023. Analysis of increase in circle rate. A glance through above comparative chart shows an increase of 18 times rate in category A since July 2007, whereas in other categories it ranges from 3.37 times to 7.20 times, which clearly shows unrealistic method for valuation of A category circle rate. Further study shows the hike of 300% in December 2012 from the previous valuation in November 2011 is completely unjustified. At that time, the maximum increase in other categories was 50%, such as in B category. A hard but honest fact is that even after increasing the circle rate in haphazard and unsystematic manner, the government is not able to reach the proposed collection level because of unreasonable high rate resulted in slowdown in real estate market and very less sale purchase of properties. Kindly see the collection chart of revenue from stamp duty and registration charges of Delhi government from 2005 to 2006 to 2021 to 2022. Year-wise graph from 2005 to 2006 to 2022 to 2023 of expected collection and actual collection of stamp duty. Analysis of collection of stamp duty. A detailed scrutiny of collection chart reveals that hike of 300% in category A in December 2012 dampens the sentiments of the market and resulted in loss to the government as the registries after that unplanned hike in category A since December 2012 have drastically reduced. The collection chart also depicts that government is not able to achieve its budgeted target since 2007 to 2008 till now. This fact calls for contemplation by Delhi government. It is high time now to act and rationalize the circle rates. The self-assessment by top bureaucrats will definitely give the solution of rationalization of circle rate and stamp duty. Situation in other metropolitan cities. Study of other major cities in India: Gurugram, Mumbai, Chandigarh. To ascertain few facts about circle rate prevalent in other parts of India, a detailed chart is given below of circle rates of prime places in Gurugram, Mumbai and Chandigarh. The details of the above cities are just to know the various aspects of circle rates in A, B and C category of places in those cities, and also to ascertain the hike percentage over the years in such major parts of India. The study is also showing downward revision of circle rates by the concerned authorities looking into the sluggishness in real estate sector normally and also in relation to higher circle rates in comparison to prevailing market rates. Important fact: no place in the country can be or should be more expensive than Malabar Hills, Pedder Road, Worli Sea Face, and Church Gate. Not even the best colonies such as Sundarnagar, Golf Links, Jolbagh, etc. The increase in the chart of circle rates in Mumbai, if compared to Delhi, it is more rational. Mumbai circle rate from 2013 to 2023. Analysis of Mumbai circle rates. The above chart of circle rates of top 4 places of Mumbai depict the following. The difference between A and B category circle rate is just 5%, and between B and C it is 30% approximately. The total increase in circle rate in last 7 years is from 30% to 50%. The increase from one year to another year is maximum 37%. Important fact: Mumbai is the financial capital of India and arguably enjoys the #1 ranking in terms of living cities due to various factors, and Delhi is nowhere near the 4 areas shown in the above chart of Mumbai in terms of living, and these areas have very low circle rate in comparison to A category of Delhi. Gurugram, circle rate from 2012 to 2023, residential. Gurugram, circle rate from 2012 to 2023, commercial. Gurugram, circle rate from 2013 to 2023, multi-story group housing, licensed by developers independent floors. Analysis of Gurugram circle rates. The above table of circle rates of Gurugram's posh areas shows the same pattern as we have seen in Mumbai. The difference between A and B category circle rates is just 6%, and between B and C it is 20% approximately. Interestingly, the circle rates are almost at the same level as they were 5 years ago. Only 2% to 3% difference in 4-5 years. The increase from 1 year to another year is maximum 35%. The concerned authorities have reduced the rates up to 15% from 1st May 2016, considering the prevailing market rates due to slackness in the market. Gurugram is the most happening place in terms of living society since last 15 years and has premium rates in comparison with other cities of the country. The best residential area of Gurugram, DLF Phase 1, is having 1,81,500 per square yard, and in comparison circle rate of A category in Delhi is 6,45,000 per square yard. Almost 4 times of Gurugram's best area rate. Not applicable means data is not available to the researcher. Chandigarh circle rate from 2012 to 2023, commercial. Chandigarh circle rate from 2012 to 2023, residential. Analysis of Chandigarh circle rates. A detailed study of complete circle rates of neighbouring beautiful well-planned city, which is also a union territory as Delhi is, throws light on following factors. A judicial decision of downward revision of circle rate up to 20% in January 2016 is taken by state administration to revive the badly shaken real estate sector. In fact, in many areas further reduction was done in September 2017 to rationalize the rates. Again in 2021, in areas where the circle rates are higher than the prevailing market rate, wisely the government reduced the rates judicially. In last many years from 2012 to 2023, maximum total increase is only 50% approximately. Not much difference in A, B and C category areas in terms of circle rates. Downward revision in Gurugram, Kolkata, Mumbai and Chandigarh. Downward revision of circle rates in Gurugram, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chandigarh. In June 2016, Haryana government decided to cut circle rates of Gurugram by 10 to 15% across the complete segment. Delhi is still keeping silent and didn't take any decision. The reduction in circle rates in Gurugram helped boost property demand and revive sluggish real estate market, according to property experts. Gurugram in India is arguably the leader in real estate market, and such downward trend had encouraged other governments to follow the practice. Mumbai authorities also reduced the rates of posh areas by 5 to 10% in the year 2020 and further reduction in 2022 to keep the rates with realistic market rates. Earlier in the year, in January 2016, Chandigarh also reduced circle rates up to 20% across all categories, keeping in mind the prevailing rates of the market, and further in September 2017. Again in 2021, the Chandigarh authorities further reduced the rates in some areas where rates are higher than prevailing market rate. Mamata government cuts the rates up to 33% in January 2014. The cut not only helped buyers and some sellers save more but also reflect market trends and remove a disincentive for property deals in a sluggish phase at that time. In fact, in November 2019, Mamata government puts Deloitte property consultants on job for property parity, as there was gap in many areas in transaction value and circle rate, and appropriately reduced the circle rates as well as the rate of stamp duty to revive real estate sector. See order in next page, which is effective till June 2024. By reducing the circle rates, especially the most influential states like Mumbai and Gurugram, state governments ensure to increase their revenue collections from stamp duty, as housing will become cheaper and more persons can buy the properties. And secondly, reduction in circle rates will also give fillip to the sagging real estate market, which in turn will revive other related sectors of the economy and will also improve the collection of more stamp duty for the states. Notification of West Bengal Government. United Kingdom stamp duty rates. Stamp duty in England. Stamp duty for first-time buyers in England. If you're a first-time buyer who has never owned a residential property, you don't have to pay stamp duty on the first £300,000 of the property value if you're buying a home costing up to £500,000. You must pay 5% stamp duty on the portion between £3 lakhs and £1 and £500,000. That means the stamp duty threshold for first-time buyers is as follows. The above study of UK stamp duty rates clearly shows the trend that the more the value of the property, the more should be the stamp duty rates, which we have suggested in our video on page number 49. Also, very interesting feature is that for the first-time buyer, pays less amount than the second or multi-properties purchaser, shows the effectiveness of their system on the fundamental ground that first house is necessity and thereafter it is luxury. Such small but effective changes will for sure help in achieving the target of government to rationalize the Delhi circle rate, higher revenue, taxing the richer, and parity between market rates and circle rates. Suggestions on how Delhi can improve revenue from circle rate collections as well as rationalize the rates. Proposal of changes in circle rates and stamp duty rates in Delhi. Note: here the formula taken is just 50% to the rates of existing H category, leaving no ambiguity, and in A star category, new added, the rates are double than the A category. A star, new category, colonies are proposed in the area covered in Lutyens bungalow zone but are of small plotted nature where floors are already constructed. But the bungalows which are large in sizes and with very less built-up area in LBZ area should be moved to A category and not A star. Proposal of changes in circle rates and stamp duty rate in Delhi. The government can introduce new category, that is, A star, for those colonies which are enjoying premium over the other colonies in terms of location and facility and thus having higher market rates. For such category, we propose the circle rate as Rs 7,95,518 per square meter. Apart from this, government should also revamp stamp duty rates as follows to tax the richer and reduce the burden for the poor, which we have proposed on the next page. Proposal for revision of stamp duty rates. There is 1% registration charges included in the above rates levied by the government. Note: in case of female buyer, the stamp duty rate is 6%. In case of joint buyers, female and male, the rate is 7%. And in case of male AOP partnership firms corporate buyer, the rate is 8%. Proposal of reshuffle of few colonies in A category to B category. As change is the only constant thing in the world, over last few years the choice of location for living of Delhiites has changed because of various factors, and thus the colonies which are at present in A category do not enjoy the same preference as they were 15 to 20 years ago. Due to the less keenness of buyers, these colonies' rates have gone down drastically, and as per their prevailing market rates, they should be shifted to B category from A category to make the right balance. A few names of such colonies of A category is listed below. In fact, a committee should be formed and they should review each and every colony in all categories and make the necessary shuffling as per the prevailing market price trends. List of few colonies of A category for reshuffling to B category. Maharani Bagh, New Friends Colony, East Friends Colony, Panchasheel Park. In all the above colonies there are village abadi attached to the colony, which makes it less prominent and less attractive to be covered under A category. The above list is showing only few examples, and a detailed study is required to be carried out for deciding about all the colonies in different categories. List of few colonies for reshuffling in below category. The entire Lutyens zone is marked in A category, but there are two types of residential sector in this area. One is plotted community having independent house and or floors for sale, which is having good market value due to their small size ticket, whereas on the other hand there are large bungalows of more than 1 acre having very less covered area in comparison to above mentioned plots, and buyers don't like big chunk of land with little covered area, and no additional area can be built due to restrictions of LBZ area, and thus these bungalows don't enjoy good market and hence have very less market value. These bungalows should be shifted to A category instead of proposed A star category, or in other words, in second category from top. Reasons for the changes and new proposal. With the above dual changes in reducing the circle rates and changing the stamp duty percentage, government can revive the beaten down real estate market, especially in A category areas in the capital, and it will also increase the collection of stamp duty as the buying-selling activity will increase manifold. All other states are reducing the rates for growth of not only real estate sector but also other various allied sectors. But in Delhi no reduction in circle rate was done ever for reasons beyond imagination. Also nowhere in India the circle rates of various categories are so varied as in Delhi, where difference in A category and B category is 3.15 times. The proposed circle rate is mentioned on the basis of uniform increase of 50% in the next category from previous one and keeping the category H rates as basis. In new category A star the rate is double than A category. Rationalism of circle rates of few posh areas of city by introducing new category of A star, which are at present in A category but enjoys good location and better infrastructure than the other colonies in the same category. This will help in reducing the cost of properties for buyers, which will help in more transactions in the sector and help Aam Aadmi to have basic necessity of life, that is, makan. Stamp duty change is proposed on the simple formula to charge higher duty from richer and lower duty from Aam Aadmi. Aam Aadmi Party Delhi Vidhan Sabha 2020 Manifesto. 15. Rationalization of circle rates. We will carry out a comprehensive review and rationalization of circle rates across Delhi with actual market prices so that it protects the interests of the property owners. Highlights of presentation. Real estate sector contributes approx 20% to the GDP of India. In India, real estate sector is expected to reach a large market size of $1 trillion by 2030. Real estate sector is going through a prolonged slump and is in need of immediate government measures. Rationalization of circle rates and stamp duty rates are the need of the hour. In this presentation, the author has made sincere efforts to discuss the ill effects of high circle rates in Delhi since December 2012. Detailed chart showing circle rates from 2007 to 2020 is included in this study. A glance on chart is enough to understand the illogical increase of circle rates by the previous government in December 2012, and now it is the time to take remedial measures by Aam Aadmi Party. Very interesting budgeted and collection chart of stamp duty from 2005 to 2006 to 2019 to 2020 is also there in this research, which clearly shows the impact of absurd increase since 2012 to 2013, as actual collection vis-a-vis budget proposal is significantly very low, barring only 2017 to 2018. Very good data compilation is done in respect of circle rates of posh areas of top cities of India, namely Mumbai, Gurugram, Chandigarh, to emphasize the ground reality of amount of circle rates in the most sought after areas in entire India. This data shows the Delhi circle rates, especially in A category, is very high and unreasonable. It is also shown in the presentation how other states and UTs have reduced the circle rates to get to the parity of market rates, which unfortunately was not done in capital of India. Author, in order to give solutions to the problem, also suggested very interesting measures like adding a new category for posh colonies, changing the circle rates in rational manner to bring it to the parity of market rates, change in stamp duty rates so that richer should be taxed more and poor should be taxed lower. Also, the shuffling of category of few colonies is also suggested in this study after intense research. Also given the stamp duty rates of England for reference of rationalized circle arts in Western world in last part of this document, which is also an eye-opener for us. Contribution of researcher, RKG, in making of RERA. It is important to know that the researcher is having more than 40 years of experience in real estate sector. A mail was sent by him in his personal capacity to Ministry of Urban Development highlighting all the grievances of buyers way back in 2009. Contribution in making of RERA. He formed two associations to raise concerns over malpractices of giant builder DLF. The associations under his able guidance and expert Supreme Court lawyer Mr. M.L. Lahoti won the case in CCI, Competition Commission of India. Penalty of 630 crores is levied by the Commission on DLF. The case is sub judice now in Supreme Court. Road to RERA contributions of FAOA. Seminar for changes in RERA for protection of consumers' interest with Union Minister for Housing and Urban Poverty. Thanks for watching.